But what we got is a beautiful thin white smoke, and that is really nice. And when it gets past the canopy, it just disappears into the atmosphere, and it doesn't plume in the sky like a big black plume. And that white smoke is the smoke that feeds all the trees, that helps with blossoming and blooming of flowers and seeds, and that relationship between the trees and the grass, that's what it is.
It's all about getting out there and showing them stuff on the land and getting them looking and seeing the fire and walking with the fire. And that's the only way to learn. And a lot of these people from different communities, from Tasmania to Victoria and New South Wales, and every one of these people are all striving towards getting their fires happening back on their own country. When they go home, they're just buzzing. And that buzz is what keeps the ball rolling in different places and all over the place. And these people all face different challenges in their country, from government people not listening to them, weeds and land degradation. They face challenges with racism. All those things are in the way of looking after country and reviving culture.
Everything here has kind of cultivated knowledge, and it's going to be used brilliantly, because as soon as we get back to our hometown, man, everything's been put into swing what we have been shown here.
All land, all mother's special, so all over Australia, so it's up to us to look after it, because we know that the way they're doing burners now, it does more damage than good. We know what's the good thing to do, so let's do it.
And I can only see benefits from it as Indigenous people back on the country, and putting back these practices, these traditional practices that has been missing down there down the south for a long time.
All the way down Australia on the east coast, from Cape York right down to Victoria, especially when we're up to climate change and all these sort of things. It's the same problem with country. The grass is all dead. Some places there's no grass. We're getting thickening of invasive weeds and invasive grasses. We're getting native invasive species that are taking over and losing the diversity of all our different systems and ecosystems. And all of that is really based from hot fires that are being caused, but the main reason is the management system.
Unless we change management practice, the next fire is going to be so much more intense, and there won't be just the loss of flora and fauna, but there'll be perhaps thousands of lives lost.
Them old people, they'd be ashamed to see what the land looks like now. Them ancestors, from what they used to look after it all the time, to seeing this now, they wouldn't like it. So we've got to do work for them now. They did all the work for us, now it's our time to pay back.
Taking it back to the old ways, I think it's going to, hopefully be the answer, but it's going to take a long time and a lot of work and a lot of help from agencies and government and community.
So in the last 2 years, we've been attending workshops on the mainland, along with a lot of other communities from around Australia, converging together to share this knowledge, to build this. So working with traditional principles that we are being taught, as well as tapping into the existing knowledge that we have within our own community, that's going to be the key to making this something that lasts and that's strong.
Fire knowledge is alive, and it's alive and well, and it's moving and repairing many communities, and it's thriving and rebuilding, and it's just a really exciting time. And that's why the only way to restore cultural practices is to get it practical and get it happening, and that's so crucial. And in time, the broader community will also be able to share that and evolve into that as well, and share that joy instead of what they have today of fear.